Okay, eyes down looking, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Thank you very much for all being in attendance and all looking very bright and dapper and good shirts and things. Russell Thomas loses 2 points though for not having a club shirt. He's got a BMW shirt, but you know, there you go. Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, thank you very much and welcome along, everyone. First of all, apologies. The only one that I've got listed here is John Payne, who is away at the moment. Now, any other apologies? No. David Palmer. Thank you. Anyone else? You normally apologise for Simon, don't you?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, that's all right. The minutes for the last meeting have been circulated twice, if I remember rightly, but I know that I circulated them again yesterday via email. Can I have someone accept that they've been circulated? Thank you very much, Scotty, and a seconder. Thank you, Russell. Okay, new members. Let's just see who we've got here. I think there might be a winner and a grinner who's his first. Introduce yourself and tell us what you drive.
Hello, I'm Carl Brock. I live a couple of blocks that way.
Related to Peter?
My dad claimed to, and I own HSVs for 12 years. I was in that club, not as quite as sophisticated as this one. In Geelong, where I live there, with my car park, I've got 4.3 metres of car put in because of the showroom. So that limited to me. I've got a little M135 light, I bought them here in July, which I've kind of de-chromed and made it look a little bit sexy with the performance kit. So prior to that I had a Golf R, which I made a little bit crazy. And it's just good to be here and part of the club. Thank you. And thank you for having me. I went on the drive to Gatton, which we really enjoyed.
Scotty's.
I've got a bike.
They're different
BMW
Now, we did have Kaza Molnar did register for the evening, but obviously is not here. I will just acknowledge another person in the room, Danny Boone. Danny Boone, for those of you who don't know, sitting up the back there, is BMW Club Queensland member number 1. So there's a lot of history, a lot of stories, and thank you very much for coming along tonight, Danny. Yeah, right. It's good to see you. Thank you. There's no other new members here this evening? No. Okay. Business arising from the minutes. There's nothing there. Treasurer's report. John Tate.
The cash position as of last night was $67,704.
Don't get too excited.
We can meet all our financial obligations, however, I expect that there will be a net loss for this financial year because there has been quite a lot of expenses and we haven't finished yet. So we've got some expenses to come.
Greg, can you turn that television off? Thank you.
Including our donation to the charity, or charities, and also the subsidies for the social events, and the big social event will be here, so we get the subsidy as well. Questions?
Well done. Thank you very much. Could we have someone accept? Thank you very much. Seconded? Yep. Thank you. Okay. Secretary, Kerry Thomas? Nothing? That's all good. Membership Officer report, John Payne. He reported that current membership is 387, with 8 new members since the last meeting. Communications with a number of people who are late renewing indicates that there is an ongoing issue with the system-generated emails going into people's members' junk mail folders. So just keep your eye on those junk folders, everyone. Sorry if there's a problem. Just let us know we'll chase you anyway if there's no renewal happening. Thank you. Greg, Timms, would you mind coming up the front and telling us about driving, please? Because that's what it's all about.
I'm Greg Timms, I'm the drive coordinator. Hi Andrew, how you doing? Righto, I'm in charge of the sheer driving pleasure. So, oh yeah. Well, you're catching the Uber. So we've been reasonably active in the last month and got a couple of events planned shortly for tomorrow and November, early in November. So let me just go over what we have done in September. So we started out on September 11, a very iconic day in the history of the world. We were travelling up to the Leyburn Sprints, the 25th anniversary Leyburn Sprints. So we gathered at the Puma at Bundamba and headed off. Wanted to go up the Marmar Creek Road, which many of you would know of, the Marmar Creek Road. And as we come off the Warrego into Gatton and then turn left there at the traffic lights and start to go through Gatton, I noticed there was a bicycle race happening, substantial bicycle race. And they weren't going the sort of speed we wanted to go. So they turned left on the Marmar Creek Road as well. Bad move, unfortunately, a bad move. So I thought, because Gary and I were leading in the car there, I thought, well, surely they'll pull over or, you know, we'll get past. And yeah, that didn't happen. And after a while we got fed up with it. So we had to pull over. There's about 25 cars in the queue. And we had to make a decision. And the decision was to no, keep that to yourself. The decision was to do a U-turn and go back into Marmar Creek and then head up to Toowoomba or Toowoomba Way via Flagstone Creek. Okay, so I was guided by Gary with the Google Maps and off we went, and that's how we got up then to the New England Highway, and then turned left and then turned right somewhere just south there on the way to Leyburn and other areas, right? So unfortunately, because this gathering of cyclists was about 80. There's 80 of them in the peloton, and they took up the whole lane, so you couldn't go around them. So a bit of a challenge. Anyhow, hey? Okay. Mammals. Middle-aged men in lycra, yeah, good. Or vomit. Very old men in tights. Yeah. Keep that in mind. So anyhow, we had to go the back way. Eventually got to Leyburn. I call it Leyburn, others call it Leeburn. And then we had to find where we were supposed to park. And that was a bit of a challenge as well, because I was talking to a lady who's supposed to be heading the sprints there. And she said we could park in the show and shine area, but when we got to the area, to the front entrance there, they said, no, you're not parking in the show and shine area, you've got to find out elsewhere. And you know, that didn't go over too well either. But eventually we settled down and got into the show and shine area, and then we were able to walk from that location up to where the sprints were, which was right there near the pub. If you've ever been to Leyburn, the Leyburn pub used to be owned by Shane Webke from the Brisbane Broncos, but he doesn't own it anymore. So he's probably made his million and sold it on. So someone else is making a million. So the 25th anniversary was a good day, hot day, long day, but you could stay as long as you like or as short as you like, okay? But it was a good day. So we enjoyed it and met up with a couple of the BMW competitors. One was Paul Bacchini and his daughter Carla, I think it's Carla, and they were competing in the sprints, so we made sure we introduced ourselves to them and got to know them. So that was that one. That was September 11. So then September 19, which was the following weekend, we went out to the barn and Scotty's garage. Okay, that was up there in Flagstone Creek. So the prior week we actually ended up going right past the bloody venue, not knowing it was there. I hadn't been there before.
Enjoy.
So the next week we were there. So we started again at Puma Bundamba, and that run was organised by Russell Maguire, one of our club members. So I got him to lead the drive, because if there's any problems, he was the fellow that put it all together. So, and I did hear there was a problem or two, but never mind. Some people missed turns and whatever, but he did a bit of a tour of south of the Lockyer Valley, I think is the term. And we eventually ended up in Gatton for a comfort stop. Then we went on to Flagstone Creek. Okay, no cyclists that day, thank Christ. So we're able to enjoy the drive. So you had to pre-order lunch. That went over all right, but it was a pretty congested day. There was a lot of people there, and I think we overwhelmed them a bit personally. I think if we go again, we better limit the numbers back down a bit so we don't sort of overwhelm them. Everyone agree?
Well, they overwhelmed themselves. They had 3 full parties there. It wasn't just us.
It was an 18th birthday.
Yeah, it was busy.
Going.
Not to mention just people turning
Very
up.
worthwhile place. And I don't know if anybody, those that didn't go for a little wander through his museum, they missed out. It's a hell of a nice place.
Yes, it is. So there was 35, I think. Let me read it again. 37 people were registered for that event. I think about 6 went into the museum. So, if you're going to make the effort to go all that way, you probably should have paid the extra $10 and gone into the museum and had a look. 50s and 60s theme. There's a diner in there, and obviously you can hire it out and have a 50s and 60s night.
Complete 50s diner in there with a big dance floor in the middle of it, and the whole soda fountain and all the booths down the side. And there's room in the booths. I counted up, I think there's room for about 30 people, so you can do your own function in there.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
really quite cool.
And they were playing 2 forms of music, country and western. So rock and roll, rhythm and blues. Anyhow, pretty good event. So that was great. Thanks for the support for those events. Now tomorrow we're heading off to Coastline BMW Coastline Mini. We're partnering with Club Mini and going to head up there. We were going to go to the Bowden's own car care headquarters, but something's happened and we can't go. That's been deferred until November 6th. I'll get to that in a minute. So rather than cancel the day tomorrow totally, because it was a 3-component day, the Bowden's own Coastline BMW Mini, and then on to lunch at a designated cafe. We're still going to do items 2 and 3. So we're heading off tomorrow morning. There's about 15 of us registered for the event. We're heading off from Old Petrie Town. That's it, Old Petrie Town at 901 Dover Road, Petrie, or Whiteside. So if you're registered for it, I'll see you tomorrow morning about 8:30. We'll leave at 9. We're partnering with Club Mini. We're going to go out to Debra, up Mount Mee, into Woodford, turn right there after Woodford and go up through Peachester and that sort of area, right? And Mary Cancross Park. That's the plan. Christine Murphy, who's the president of Club Mini, will have Google Maps printed out and instructions as well. So you shouldn't get lost. But we're going to end up at Coastline BMW.
Do you know where they're parking at Old Petrie Town?
Yep, just
Saturday
inside.
mornings, that gets pretty bad.
She's arranged for us all to park inside the display area. We're going to be in a display area whilst we're waiting, and then we're going to leave it around the 9:15 and head off for the 2-hour journey up to Coastline BMW, and stopping just outside of Woodford there at the Cruise Park on the Peachester Road at the public toilets for the comfort stop. All right? So that's the plan. Should be a beautiful day. Okay, so and then we're going on to Coastline BMW. They've got something in store for us, and a presentation and show bags and whatever else, I believe. So it should be a pleasant afternoon and a day, and then we're going on to lunch. So if you want to stay with us and go on to lunch, you're more than welcome. Okay, so that's the plan for tomorrow. That's October 9. Now, let's move on to Saturday, November 6. That's when we've, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get to the Bowden's Own Premium Car Care headquarters. Okay, that's where we wanted to be. So November 6 shouldn't clash with any other motorsport event that's on the calendar that I know of. So that day, and here's the issue that I've got. Somehow or other, with Wild Apricot, I have deleted all the registrants for the event, unbeknown to me. So I'm going to have to call for new registrations, which I'll do after this event happens tomorrow. But bear in mind, our numbers are limited to 40, because since I deferred the event, there's been probably 5 to 6 people contact me saying, sorry, can't make November 6. So we originally had 40, then we had 37, now we've probably only got 31. So I'm going to open it up again properly to club members and guests and ask for new registrations for that particular day, November 6, so that we hopefully get it right. Does that make sense? Right. So that day we'll be leaving the Shell Service Centre at Nudgee there at 6:45 a.m. Okay, 6:45. We meet at 6:15. We'll leave at 6:45. We get up to the Bowden Premium headquarters at 7:45 to 7:50. Have breakfast and an orange juice and a coffee, and then we're going to be shown how to look after your car with the Bowden's Own products. And as most of you here should know, we've been involved with the Bowden's Own product for some time. It's a wonderful story, if you're not already aware of it, because it's a classic rags to riches story for Dan and Chris Bowden, who have built it up from, this big to huge stuff. So it's a wonderful story. They used to run it out of the shed at the Bowden collection up there on David, the father's property, and now they're in about a 470 square metre gigantic industrial shed that they could well be getting too big for shortly. So they've gone from, they've made significant progress. So they're great products, they're Australian made, Australian researched, and they know what they're doing, don't they? Everyone here use them? Yeah, good. Pleased to. Yeah, that's right. There's a story to that. Okay, so that's on Saturday, November 6th. I'll be asking for registrations again next week after I settle down from the weekend. And then that'll be in November. Then, of course, we've got, the social event in December early. I want to try and get another drive-in prior to either late November or mid-December.
Is that run up to Toowoomba to Emerge Cafe?
That's right. That was in there too, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's.
So that was November 14, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Has that been confirmed or not yet?
Yeah, everything's okay for Emerge.
Righto.
So it's just a matter of now publishing it.
Righto. There you go. So there you go. We've already got it planned. November 14. That'll be the week after the Bowden. Right. So that'll be Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
So that's the next one after that. Now, I'd like to ask the gathered audience here tonight what your thoughts might be on a night run. Do you want to do a night run? Put your hand up if you do. Yeah, hadn't thought about it. Now, if you do a night run, where do we go? How long do we make it? And all that sort of stuff. Those are the logistics we've got to factor into it.
Finish around Vicky Point, mate.
Yeah, Vicky Point. Eh?
Not on a Friday, not through the city.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Righto.
We go and finish up in Mount Cootha or somewhere like that, so I can see over the city with the sparkling lights.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Keep it in mind. Okay. All right, that's fine. Now, I did have another note, a super run. A super run. So to me, a super run is a longer run, you know. The lunch runs we do now are a couple of hours. What are your thoughts on, 5 to 6 hour run? Is that anyone want to do that?
You can't do the border range.
Yeah, well,
No, well that's right. Now the Border Rangers runs about a 4.5 hour job.
plus home.
Yeah, then you got to get home. So there's a super run right there, but the trouble is you can't go into New South Wales and get back again.
You can, but it's a 2-week run.
Yeah, righto. So that will be the logistic we have to try and circumvent or get around when we can.
Do you want to do it with an overnight or something?
Oh, possibly. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't think you'll have room this year.
Nah.
Well, why don't you do it, sort of mid-January or first event in the new year?
Possibly.
Because everyone likes to get together for the Australia Day, but then have something after that or before that as the first event.
Yeah, right. Keep it in mind. Now, that'll lead us on to 2022. So, time is marching on. In March of 2022, there are still plans to go to Canberra for the BMW Clubs Australia Nationals. I don't know how many people are going to consider going because I don't know what the COVID situation will be like.
New South Wales will be open by then.
Will it, eh? All right. Let's hope so.
Dennis says it must be.
Well, they're all getting their shots, so they reckon they're going to be good, you know.
If we get to 70 or 80% double vaxxed, we're all good to go by the sound of it, eh?
Well, Queensland might be open to come back.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, the logistics are tough. It isn't easy. But that is still a possibility, going to Canberra. Leanne and I are wanting to arrange a 3-day trip down to Canberra, 4 days at the Nationals, and then maybe a 2-day trip coming back. Okay, so that's on the cards as well for next year. It's a 1,320 kilometre trip down, and whatever else, about 1,000 odd K coming back.
We've done this before, hey Andrew?
That's a 1-day drive.
So it's not that far.
Not really. Just for information, the MX5 Clubs of Australia, they cancelled the national meeting that was supposed to be held in the Hunterwood Valley in 2020, and they postponed it until next year, and they cancelled it. So it was going to be around March, April. So they've given up.
So it's 2 years now that it hasn't been on.
Yeah, it was supposed to be last year.
Right.
That was when they were due.
Right.
Got canned.
Yep.
And
Nothing
postponed
this
the
year.
same to this year. Well, no, but it's every 2 years.
Yeah, every 2.
So they postponed it until next year. And
Right.
It's too far away nowadays. God, next week's too far away.
They just canned that a couple of weeks ago. So
Yeah. Righto, so that's where it's at the moment. So I think that'll be enough now for what we've got planned till the end of the year. And I hope that you like what we've put together and that you are prepared to participate. So we enjoy the participation. Thanks for being part of those days. And if you have any other suggestions, come and see me. I'll make notes. Good on you. Thank you.
Thanks. That's great. Okay, just quickly, registers. E30 register. There's been a fair bit of activity. Thanks, Andrew Hall. Hope you're watching. Thanks very much. There's some new members joined with E30s. A young guy contacted me just a few days ago. He's looking for parts, bits and pieces. Put him onto our Facebook pages and Cars and Parts for Sale. So that's great to see. A number of new people have got E30s, so that's great. I was talking to Brian Alderton in Toowoomba. He's keen to get some stuff happening with E36s again. Had another phone call from someone from the public wanting to sell a nice little E36 318i, 2-lady owner, 130-ish thousand kilometres, no idea of what sort of money that she wants for it, but it's a nice little 4-door 318i. So anyone out there, give me a shout if you're interested. Okay, one of our big events later this year is going to be our Gala Dinner. So can I invite Russell to come up and tell us all about it?
All right, guys, so, thank you, and girls. Our 30th year anniversary Gala Dinner is on Saturday the 4th of December, and we're kicking off at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It's going to be located at Sirromet Winery, which is at Mount Cotton Road, Mount Cotton. So guys, the tickets are limited to 100. At the moment I think we've sold around 30 tickets, so we only got 70 left. So that works out to be about 35 couples. So they're going to go quite quickly. So if you are interested, please get in and register. This year's theme is going to be bubbles and bow ties, and the dress code is semi-formal. The evening starts or kicks off with pre-dinner drinks at the Sirromet Salad between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Those drinks are at members' cost, so just purchase your own drinks. The main gala event starts in the Sirromet Barrel Room between 6 to 11 p.m. So we kick off the night with a beautiful 3-course sit-down dinner. So we get obviously entree, mains and dessert, and there's some fabulous dishes on there. Cold Moreton Bay bug, prawn and crab, lamb loin, there's eye fillet, we got Coral Coast barramundi, and we got almond sponge and chocolate orange tart for dessert, so some great food put on by Sirromet there. Throughout the night we'll also be having entertainment from Rob Rosenlund and Dave Mitchell. Rob was ex-Wickety Whack performer, so very, very experienced and holds a great crowd, so should be very enjoyable. A special presentation of the club's history will also be shown throughout the night on the big screen, so they'll be great. We've got some great photos, you know, especially Greg has put in a lot of photos into the Google Drive, so guys, if you've got photos, please put them on the Google Drive and we'll put them up on the big screen on the night. Should be fantastic. Obviously going to have the Show of Excellence Awards as well. Dennis is getting all the trophies ready for that. Go Dan. As I said, we're going to have live entertainment, comedy, we're going to have dancing, you know, it's going to be fantastic. So just think guys, we're going to have our trophy presentations, we're going to do dancing, we're going to have a 3-course dinner, I'm going to be a quiz soon, and we're going to have drinks. So the night consists of, obviously, the 3-course dinner. There's going to be 3 hours of drinks provided, all right? Everything apart from spirits, our entertainment, and we're going to have a very special glass for you to take home for the night. And I'll just get that out, and ta-da! This is, that's the 30-year anniversary champagne flute that Alex has organised for us. And artwork provided by Gary and Tim, I believe. Pass it back. Yeah, pass it back, just don't drop it. If you do, it's $120. So tickets are $120, all right? The cost, we've added up the cost, and it actually came to $190 per person. The club's actually subsidising $70 per person, so it's a massive subsidy by the club. Guys, if you do require accommodation through the night, the Alexander Hills Hotel is the best place to stay. When I last checked, they had around 40 rooms available. So just log on to their website and use the code Sirromet in the discount area on their website. Rooms are $143 per night with the discount, and there's also Garden King rooms for $124, so they range between $124 and $143. There's plenty of parking at Sirromet, so yeah, drive to the event. You won't have to find parking. There's plenty there, and it's going to be a very special night. Now, I do have some little giveaways here, but people have to hope you're paying attention. When is Gala Night on? Yeah, when? Where is it? Oh, there you go. All right, there's more. There's plenty here. What's the theme? Ah, Dan, he's too quick. Hey, you throw him, you're quicker than me. All right, Kerry's going to throw him, watch out. What do you get on the night? What do you get on the night?
A 3-course meal.
Oh, there you go. 3-course meal.
With a 3-hour drink package, drunk.
There you go, go. Another one. What else do you get?
Drunk. Entertainment.
Entertainment, there you go. There's another one. All right, I think that's enough. Who missed out? Who really wants the stubby cooler? Here you go, Carl. You're new. And one at the back. There we go. That's it. Any questions, guys? No, all good. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Russell. It's really exciting. That's coming together really well. Thank you. There's been some fantastic response with ticket sales already. So as he said, jump on board.
Carl's doing it now.
Okay. Thank you very much. So next on the list, sponsorship and advertising. Still working together with Russell Dean, getting a sponsorship happening. We've had a couple of ongoing advertisers re-sign up for advertising in the magazine, Summer Car Care, Bremen and RX Automotive. Other guys around and about. I've had a great conversation with a member up in Toowoomba, Brendan Cook, who runs a BMW specialist business up there, and he's got some great plans, including sponsoring the club, offering membership to people he sells M cars to. So there's all sorts of good stuff happening. As you may know, one of our two charities, Emerge, is the Emerge Cafe in Toowoomba. That was something that Brendan put us onto to support. So we are going to do a run up to Toowoomba, have lunch and see what they do. Brendan is also going to tip in $5,000 as well to Emerge Cafe. So we're going to have that day as a joint day with Brendan and his organisation and ourselves. So there should be some good stuff happening there. Brendan's also going to organise a little bit of media coverage. He's got someone up there in the media who is interested in actually having a passenger ride in one of our cars. So that's all good. Back to the website. We're working on the special interest vehicle page. That's coming along. A classified ads page, as I've mentioned before, where members can advertise their cars, public can advertise their cars for a minor cost, and sponsors can advertise their cars. So it'll be a full-on car sales thing. And we're also working on a photo gallery page. Rather than going onto Google Drives and putting photos on Facebook and them just disappearing, we're going to coordinate it so that members can upload photos and they just all go onto our website. So we can just have just that one place that we've got for photos. So that's good. Leanne, would you like to tell us what's happening with the editors with the magazine?
Would you like to read that out?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yep.
That
Okay. So, Leanne Timms, thank you very much. Articles are being put together for the next issue of the e-newsletter covering July, August, September. So should be able to put this out shortly. Plan to do some one more edition for the end of the year, October, November, December, which will cover the last events that will be happening, including the Gala Dinner. As always, if anyone has any interesting stories they think would be enjoyed, please send them through to editor@bmwcq.com.au. Stories, photos, ideas, guys, anything like that, or interesting stories you might come across that you think might be worth sharing as well. Thank you, Leanne. Dennis, big round of applause for Dennis for Charity Day. Just fantastic. Would you like to?
Well, I suppose the only word is wow. Sunday was just huge, and again, thank you for everyone that participated. And as I said on the day, without your support, we don't have an event. and we don't have that very nice 5-figure number to hand over. So, and just roughly, I did some maths last year roughly in my head, and from the 6 times we've done that event now, because we missed it last year, we're up over the 60,000, getting close to somewhere between $60,000-$65,000 that we've raised purely from that event and handed over to charities, and mainly local charities now. So I think everybody could feel very proud of that. I certainly am, from just the response that we've had from the club. And so thank you all, and everybody else that is watching. So to move on, we're going downscale a little bit. I managed to get a booking the other day for a skid pan session on the 24th of October, so Sunday fortnight. That's the last date available until the middle of January, so didn't have a choice. And that has already only got one space sold. It almost sold out completely yesterday when I announced it. So if you want to come to the skid pan, get on it now. There's one space there, $125 for, it's a Sunday afternoon, so Sunday fortnight afternoon. And we'll have the usual, someone there from Safe Drive, I should say, to do instructing in the car if you want it. We will accept P-platers for the event. I'm not sure about learner. Actually, no. I think advanced learner drivers are acceptable as well. Advanced learner drivers, so they've got to be close around their 100 hours. Are acceptable. So get on that and then take that last space. Talking about driving and not learner driving, but learning to drive. Mini Club are up at Morgan Park on Tuesday the 2nd of November. Yes, it's a horse race day. So you could sit at home and watch 20 horses running around a track, or you could go and use a fair few more horsepower around another track. I know which way I've preferred. They're doing that through Safe Drive, the same people that we do our skid pans with. And because they got the numbers, they've got the discount, which they now told us that we can enjoy as well. I put a notice out about it the other day. There's no entry through our club. It's just purely, there's all the details there to enter through Safe Drive. It's $300 for a whole day, $200 for a half day, and that's with instructors in the car, going through all the basics all the way up to trail braking, the whole bit. So, which probably doesn't mean much to some people, but those that have done more serious driving will know what I'm talking about. So it covers everything, even car preparation and tyre pressures and all sorts of things. So I've entered it and I'm looking forward to going, and hopefully I have a better experience at Morgan Park this time than the last one, after blowing up an engine. So get on and follow that. There is an option there with them as well, that if you want, for an extra fee, you can actually use their car. So if you don't want to wear out your own car, by all means do that. Moving on from that, our next track day back at Lakeside is round 1 of our 21-22 series. That's on the 19th, I think it is, of November. As I said, that'll be round 1 of our sprint series. But if you're not interested in coming and chasing a little trophy, come out and enjoy the track day anyway. The days are getting bigger. We had 6 Teslas at the last event. There was 5 of them there at the charity day. They came third. I think their team came third, and they're really wrapped, ready to come and do more. So there's plenty of avenue there. We will have one of our track walks in the morning, where you'll get a good in-depth explanation of Lakeside track. So even if you are a novice, we have a really good mentoring program for novices. We had quite a few novices out there on the regularity and on the happy laps on Sunday, and I think a lot of them are thinking that they want to come and do some more. Just on that too, most people don't realise, the Happy Laps on Sunday, we had 82 people participating in the Happy Laps on Sunday, plus the 52 that were in the regularity. And I got the comment afterwards, and this goes to everybody out there, from Dan, the track manager from QR, was the best behaved group he's ever had. So pat yourselves on the back for that one as well. And that's what we aim for. Enjoying yourselves, having fun, using our cars the way they're meant to be, and doing it all in a safe and enjoyable manner. That's about all I've got. Anybody got any questions? Probably not. Great. Oh.
Thanks again, Dennis. Merchandising, Alex Irvine.
Basically what I've put in with our secretary.
Yep.
I'm very happy with the way things are going. Mm-hmm. We've just completed the official number 100 order. Our stock merchandise is at an acceptably low volume, and I'm happy with. But there's no uncommitted surplus, and the rest of my time is working with Russell and Gary on the things for the 30 years.
Yes, we're going to do a special lanyard as well as the wine, the champagne glasses for the 30 years, and we may very well do a bumper sticker, but I'll just see what people want as far as that's concerned. The shirts are just fantastic. It's great to see so many shirts around. Sid's wearing one of the great track shirts, but for $20, that's an absolute steal. That's including the embroidery.
So that's continued permanent. Sorry, that one's the permanent one. Polo one's. Anybody doing motorsport, that's still available.
Yeah, they're still available, but not for $20.
Well, they're supposed to be.
Okay, correspondence. Kerry, nothing around. Delegates report. It's interesting. BMW Germany, the BMW community department, Eva and her offsiders had a Facebook Live thing just recently. It was in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, for an hour. They had a bit of a chat. I recorded it, but not at liberty to distribute it. So I've asked them about it, but they said no. So unfortunately, unless you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, all members are welcome to look in, but they're going to do a regular event. So we'll just keep publicising it, and if anyone would like to have a look, please do. Just general business now, just reiterating the Emerge Cafe in Toowoomba, the drive and lunch up there will be a great day. Both the Emerge people and the Payasak Ford people had a fantastic day. Payasak Ford bought, Rebecca bought her son, Josh, who's 10 years of age. Thank you, Dennis, for organising some passenger laps. He couldn't wipe the smile off his face. That was absolutely fantastic. And the two boys from Emerge Cafe,
couldn't get them out of the cars.
They were just stunned. And
except they want to buy a Porsche.
yes, except that was a problem.
Work hard.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
John
was
a very supportive member of the club, or how shall I say, active member of the club, just that happens to drive a Porsche now, but yes. Still, and well known through the club as well, so was very happy to do it.
Please have a look. I won't bore you with the whole thing, but I have done a 15-minute compilation video of the day with the Happy Laps, obviously, start off with.
Good morning.
We're currently here at Lakeside, and now it's all happening. Happy Laps will be happening soon. Breakfast is happening, and there's something happening over here with check-in, so I'm going to need to go, but it's all happening. It's busy. I'd like to welcome you here today to our very special day, our charity day. So there's one particular shot that Susie took of all the cars just rolling down the main straight, which is just terrific. Nice. But this is just a sequence of everyone going out on the track. So please, if you have a chance to have a look at it, it's really nice. And thank you, Dean, for taking some fantastic photos. That's also incorporated in this. I also incorporated all of our sponsors' logos throughout the video as well, so that you know, we pay back a little bit to those guys. There was also an interesting approach by Brisbane BMW to the club. They wanted to a member's car to do a photo shoot. The Carlisle Hotel, just down here, Brisbane BMW are in partnership now as a car provider for the Carlisle. So as a promotion, they wanted to get a lovely BMW to do some really nice photos. I went along. This is Jim Panetieros's beautiful E24, and this is just a little compile of some behind-the-scenes stuff that I captured. Trying to resell them again.
Mainly just for social media because we've come on board as the Carlisle's official car partner.
So it's just an opportunity to be able to put back from the club to Brisbane BMW for their support. You know, whenever they ask for some help, it's nice to be able to support them. And the photographer was up high taking some shots, obviously down over the balcony. I saw some of the shots there on the day, and they will look spectacular. So it's a really nice thing. Also, another little bit of publicity. ABC contacted us, the Australian Story, and they were doing a story about some insider trading. Two guys who were a guy from the Australian Bureau of Statistics and NAB trader got together and exchanged some information which netted them millions of dollars and also a little holiday in the penitentiary. But they caught them by bugging the guy's Z3 and recording a conversation that they had between the two of them. So they wanted to reenact this sequence. So Kaz Molin, a new member, had this lovely little Z3 that I borrowed and took down to the shoot. So this is just a little sequence from the Australian Story showing a few shots of the car.
By November 2013, Lucas's trading just got totally out of control. By January, his profits had climbed above $270,000, and then by February, just the month after, they were at $1.96 million. And the key thing is that he wasn't telling Chris about it. So Chris still thought they were continuing along with this very methodical plan of gradually making $200,000 in profits, whereas Lucas had gone totally off the reservation by this point. The AFP really brought a sort of organised crime focus to this investigation. So they had bugs installed in Lucas's car, they had bugs in his house.
I'll just give you drips and drabs, you know, 5 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand, and I'll just load you all the way up.
I was highly surprised that contact had occurred. You know, it was the beginning of the end. On that weekend, Lucas picks Chris up from his mate's place that he's staying at. While sitting in the car, Lucas provides Christopher with $6,500. And they sit there and have a conversation around what they have been up to and what they plan to do for the next couple of months.
No one knows I'm doing this. I haven't told anyone at work. Not even my girlfriend knows about it. Not even my brother knows about it.
The conversation was actually quite amazing, and I just couldn't believe that, you know, we'd actually got that golden nugget that you'd always kind of hope for in an investigation.
When you buy an investment property...
It was quite exciting because it was the first contact that we had between the two.
It's not like it's drug money.
Everything that we'd suspected but couldn't prove was now starting to come our way.
And be mindful, I have the money in my bank account. I can earn interest on it. So I'm gonna give you more than 50%. Have you kept it like that as well? You spend the money and your friends are like, what the f is all this money?
No, I kept it in my room. Put cash in my wallet when I go out, that's it.
So there you go. There's lots of stuff happening in the background. It's again just waving the flag. Okay, that's sort of it for on the agenda. Has anyone got anything they would like to? Oh, young Greg Timms, bounded up. Here we go.
So as you're probably aware today, we've got that private message from Malcolm Wiley about the car he wants to sell.
So let me just take the opportunity to share with you guys here tonight this particular car. So it's an E24 6 Series, so it's got a fair age to it, but it's from Malcolm Wiley, who's based out there at Lowood, or Laidley, somewhere out there. And he's sent it through to the Facebook page, the private message on the Facebook page of Club Queensland. So he says, any club members looking for or interested in buying a 1987 E24 635 manual here in southeast Queensland before it is advertised on car sales or marketplace. He's asking $25,000 for Club Queensland members before being advertised for higher dollars on car sales or marketplace. Yeah, well, you'd know. So it's an attractive offer if you're in the market for something like this. And even if you're not, just go and borrow the money. It's a good runner. It's on Club Rego. Message me for details. It'll come with BBS RC 009/010 17-inch wheels plus a second set of 17 by 8-inch wheels. He's got some pictures here. My question is to the club, how do we get it advertised to all the other members? So
We've just done it, Greg.
have we? Just done it, righto. So I haven't seen the vehicle.
We can just send it out on the Facebook page.
Righto.
We can do it.
We'll follow it up later because I replied back to Malcolm that we'd sort of assist him where we could. So yes, as Scotty's just mentioned, that's good value for money. You wouldn't go backwards if you had the spare cash to pounce at this moment in time, okay? So he's got a few pictures there. It looks nice, and it's an opportunity to grab a bargain if you're interested. Thank you.
Just a matter of interest also, on our club website, I've noticed there's been a number of people having lots of problems with logging in and passwords and accessing stuff. So if anyone else has problems, please don't hesitate to contact me so that we can investigate it, because we pay a lot of money for this service and we need to keep on top of it. So, you know, it doesn't work when people don't like using it or have problems using it. So please give us a shout if you have any issues. Anything else? All right, all right. Yeah, again, the big gala dinner is going to be fantastic. So, and again, as Russell said, if you've got any memorabilia, thank you very much, Danny Boone, who gave me a whole lot of stuff that I can add to the display. And if anyone else has got anything that they think is...
Yeah, thanks to the subcommittee as well, Gary.
Yes. Yeah, so there is a subcommittee that are helping out, so that's really good. Now, we normally, if anyone would like to join us, we'll go down to Grilled at the Emporium to have a quick bite to eat. If anyone would like to join us, more than welcome. If not, see you sometime soon. Stay safe, and don't hesitate to give me a shout if there's anything you need to talk about, want to talk about, please. Okay, thanks.